what Quentin said about the fighting. Like he said that as a man, you have an impulse to do it, but then you have the wisdom or the intelligence not to. So ratchet shit, which goes to the
you
question.
only talking to M. Hoop on that situation. He had the intelligence.
But to your question, I mean, they were talking together. But the point is, which was my question, how do you retrain women who have been, this is just like what you know, this is your norm. So if that's your norm and you trigger and your norm is, this is your, we call it a schema. That's how you respond. But
so Shannon, you think that men are supposed to retrain women that inherently are disruptive?
Nah, those women die alone.
No, I think that it's possible. I think that though a lot of those, just like Monica, people have triggered, people have experiences that are negative, and it's still very much possible to show them a safe place. If you need to train a woman, but if you give them a safe place, not all, but some will be safe enough to say, okay, I can let my guard down. I don't have to be a complete butthole. Like, this is the thing. Like, oh God, like they can actually fuck me for real. Like, this is new. That's actually a thing.
I don't agree.
Unhealed trauma.
Fine, but I'm a licensed counselor, and I can tell you it's true, boo.
Yeah, but listen, you're a licensed counselor. Okay, what kind of licensed counselor are you? Since you want to go down that path.
That's fine. I work with, I do K through 12. I could also do family and marriage counseling.
I think that. Okay, you're not a therapist then, right?
Don't say it. Anton don't.
Why you always fucking trying to say people?
So let's go to this. So the reality is that you're very arrogant in what you think. And that's cool to have your truths, right? But everybody has their own space. I'm also a minister, right? Moving in different spaces. So I've seen a lot of shifts happen. So just because I'm not a therapist, I've seen a lot of families transform because they're actually men, unlike you, who are willing to take the time to say, you know what? I see this potential. I have this person, even as we grew up together or whatever the case may be. And they developed a natural friendship, relationship, whatever. And they were able to break down those walls in women that other men caused or other fathers or even other women created. And then there's been success there. So it is a possible thing. Because I'm not a therapist doesn't mean I'm entitled not to be.
What does being a minister have to do with anything? What does being a minister have to do with? What is being a minister?
At the end of the day, I believe people can transform. You don't. It sounds like. I believe, and I've seen a lot of people transform because of different relationships, because of beliefs, because of opportunities. But it sounds like you feel as though, oh, just leave them alone. They'll just, they'll be all right. But people can change. People can grow. Like, look at you. You didn't taught the womb like this. You had to be educated and taught the different facts that you've been spitting. It came from somewhere. You didn't come out the womb like that. Somebody had to help you along the way.
So you're a licensed counselor, huh?
What are you trying to get to? What you want?
I'm asking you a question. I want to make sure that I'm correctly assessing. I want to make sure that I'm correctly assessing what it is that you're telling me before we get there.
What you want?
You're a licensed counselor, right? And you counsel couples when it comes to marriage too, right?
What do you want? What's your point?
So what makes you think that you have the remedy or the solution for fixing people in relationships versus what it is that what my method is? I'll give you an example. What makes you think that you can give men or tell men what it is that they need to do in order to be men when it comes to how it is that they're supposed to deal with women?
I don't. I never said I did.
Do you counsel men? Do you counsel men? Do you counsel men?
Yes.
So how can you say that you don't feel like you should be able to do that, but you do it?
If some men, just like women, are open to getting advice, counsel, then they can have some different opportunities, different ideas. We call it schemas. So based on your idea and your life, these things, just like Monica, our topic, certain things trigger people. But when you're able to have a conversation,
are you qualified to give men advice on how it is that they're supposed to deal with women?
I don't teach a man how to be a man. I'm a woman. I can't do that.
What kind of advice do men seek from you?
So relationship advice. How do I deal with this?
And you give them advice?
I'll give them my perspective, my clinical as well as personal perspective, depending on the area that we're in.
You're not qualified to be able to tell a man how it is that he's supposed to operate like a man in a relationship.
But I am qualified. I've been married for 12 years, been together 15. I am qualified to give a neutral as well as a woman's perspective, as well as a clinical perspective.
That don't mean shit to me. I've been married since I was 22 years old.
That's why I'm not on counsel.
And I've been married for 19 years.
want help.
So this is what I know for sure. As a man that's been married longer than you,
Sure.
And has coached probably way more men than you've ever had a conversation with in your life, regardless of whether or not you think that you're qualified or not. This is what I know for sure. No man should ever take advice from a woman on how it is that he's supposed to operate within this relationship.
And that is your arrogant perspective.
No, that's the truth. No woman can ever teach a man how to be a man.
I agree. I already said that.
What about your mother?
So then that would mean that you're not even qualified to have a conversation with a man when if a man is seeking advice from you, that means that he's not even where it is that he's supposed to be mentally, and he's seeking the wrong advice in the first place.
Your perspective.
Listen, let me tell you what my opinion is. I believe that you as a woman, especially as a part of the ministry, is already outside of your purpose because you shouldn't be in a leadership role in the church in the first place.
Okay.
You are outside of what the word of God is saying that you're supposed to be, because it's God over man, man over woman, woman over child. So you're outside of what God has ordained to be properly allocated as far as the hierarchy of how things are supposed to be in your household. You operating in your masculinity.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you absolutely are. You out of control. No woman is supposed to be standing over a man telling him how it is that he's supposed to be leading himself in a relationship.
Pause. One thing we're not going to do, because what one thing that's action about, because there are like Deborah.
Am I triggering you?
Miriam, but we're not going to go back and forth. We can agree to disagree. The point of right now is
to say that there are women. Hold on. You started this. You said
exactly, and I said there are
no. Don't back off now, because you started it by saying that what you thought about me and my arrogance and all of this other type of stuff.
You're very arrogant.
Now, when I'm giving my opinion of where your hierarchy is, and instead of attacking an argument, because I didn't attack you as a person, I didn't say that I think that you were arrogant like you attacked me. Right? I never gave my opinion of what I thought of you specifically. I'm just talking about what it is that you share with me based off of the questions that I asked you. So actually, you the one that's in the wrong as a licensed counselor and as a minister. You attack the person.
You've already stated
you attack the person before we ever even start having a conversation, and that's cool, because men are supposed. See, you mistaken arrogance for confidence, and you also mistaken the idea of assent from a real one. Because just because I don't bow to women, just because I don't move back off of my word, and just because I'm right, because you can't say that I'm not right. I'm absolutely right. First of all, you outside of your purpose. Secondly, you're not equipped to even be able to have a conversation with a man and give him advice on how it is that he's supposed to move in a relationship.
And
then third, you have to learn how to bow down to the right guy in order to be able to get that advice and humble yourself, so that you can then get in your purpose and understand how you're supposed to be moving, not only as a woman, but as a woman of God. That's the truth.
Okay. That's how you feel.
No, that's the truth. That's the word of God. That's the word of God.
Absolutely not. There are many.
It's absolutely the word of God. And we can even pull up the Bible and start to pull it out. You outside of your purpose.
I don't do.
Women ain't even supposed to be on the pulpit.
I don't do the show. I don't do this. What you're doing, that's cute. I don't do that.
I'm just saying, listen, you can have your opinion, but you wanted to have a conversation, right?
Excuse me?
You wanted to have a conversation, right?
Yes, about what we're talking about. But what you like to do is you like to antagonize people, and I don't do that. What you do.
Objection. I'm advising my client not to talk anymore.
I'm not listen, you can't sit here and say that what you think that I am and then not expect me to give my opinion back, right?
You can give your opinion. Nobody stopped you.
So what's the antagonizing?
I'm allowed to have boundaries, and what you're doing is one, telling me where I'm out of order, and that's fine. That's your perspective. However, I've successfully, you've also, I've done more than this. That's cool. I'm not taking anything from you. I've watched you talk to everybody here in different perspectives, and being, in my opinion, quite arrogant when you don't know us. However, because you're a successful coach or whatever the case may be, it doesn't make you 100% correct in all areas. So we can agree to disagree.
Where am I wrong at? Where am I wrong at?
I don't need to.
How you gonna tell me that I'm not correct, but they're not gonna correct me?
We can agree to disagree.
So basically, you caught
anything about me.
Listen. Ma'am. You caught in your feelings. You genuinely caught in your feelings. You're caught in your feelings.
Oh, no.
You feeling a certain type of way, and so you leaning into your emotions instead of attacking the argument. and then giving me insight on where it is that I'm
Why
wrong.
am I
You
arguing about?
don't really believe that I'm wrong. You just don't like the way that I'm saying it.
No, I do believe that you're wrong.
You
There
don't.
are some things that I've
Where
agreed
am I
with
wrong
what you
at?
said, and there's some things that I've disagreed with what you said.
Where am I wrong at? Or like what?
Like tonight, I think that you were wrong in saying that women should get hit and we should be disciplined. I don't really appreciate that. I don't agree with it. I think that you're wrong in saying that I don't have a license or a space to give counsel when yet I have degrees
I
to
didn't
say
say you didn't have a
otherwise.
license. I said you're not
License
qualified to
means
tell a
you
man
said I
how it
don't
is
have
he's
a right.
supposed to operate in a relationship.
You said I don't have a right. I don't have a space to basically tell men how to be men. And I already said that before you said that. I actually agreed with you that I can't teach a man how to be a man. However, what I can do is give neutral perspectives as well as clinical perspectives as far as how they can navigate different situations.
Like what? Give me an example.
I don't need to. That's not what we're here for, boo.
Okay. We're not here for that.